Good morning, East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler and Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsack. Find out what's happening in the village. Rick, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And Barbara, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Of course, the big thing today is Phase 2 begins tomorrow, so we're all looking forward to that, and I think it's going to mean good things for everybody. We're going into a different phase where the beauty salons, barbershops will be open by appointment only, but nonetheless, a lot of people will be glad to have that happen. And then professional services, retail, real estate, administrative support, so all of that. So one of the big things for us, obviously, is the restaurants and the outside dining. So that's going to be big. We've been preparing for that for at least a week now, and getting the permit process all set up. And Barbara has some more information on that, so I'll let her tell you all about that.
I'm one of those people excited about getting my hair cut.
Yeah, me too now. So
the bangs are hanging in my eyes, and I already made an appointment for next week.
The next challenge will be getting the appointment to get that done.
I have my
probably.
appointment already.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
good for you. That's
next
right.
Week I'm going to go get it cut, so I'm happy about that. But restaurants, we've been working with the restaurants as well as the other retailers on how we can help them. And one of the things we're doing is relaxing our codes on outdoor dining. And so the restaurants are allowed to have 50% of their capacity outside only. They cannot have any indoor dining for this phase. So that's what we're trying to help them with, find places that they can actually put tables and chairs in a safe place, because, we're very tight, as most villages are. So we're trying to figure that out. We've been working on that, and that goes into effect tomorrow. So we'll see this weekend probably some of the results of that. We're all excited to see them get back on their feet and get going.
And the weather should be pretty nice, maybe with the exception of Thursday, but outside of that, we're pretty good for that.
So, as part of that process, we're going to allow some tables on village property in front of some of the restaurants that don't have their own space available. So part of that process will be just 2-person and 4-person tables. We just don't have the room, unfortunately, in our village areas to allow more than that. In certain cases where it's possible, there'll be umbrellas. They'll have to meet certain conditions and certain criteria for that. And most likely, the way it stands now with the permits that we're issuing, they'll have to take the chairs and the tables and the umbrellas in it every night. But just to show you how receptive the restaurants are to it. There's some of them in cases where there's not a lot of room out in front of their restaurants. They're going to actually share a space with maybe an adjoining retail food establishment or something, which is encouraging. So, a restaurant that maybe doesn't open just for dinner, the retail food place will put the tables and chairs out in the morning and then leave it through the day, and the restaurant will take over at night and make sure that they take everything in and make sure the area is cleaned up at the end of the day, which is very important. So they're going to be using their own trash bins, not village trash bins, and so they'll be expected to keep their area clean and free from litter, obviously. So that's all a big plus, and I think people are going to enjoy being able to eat outside and something new to the village. Some of our pre-existing non-conforming inns will be treated slightly differently because they're in residential neighborhoods. So they'll be allowed to have some outside dining if they have a restaurant facility. Won't be able to use village property there because that would impinge too much on the local residents. But so I think it's all good and gets us moving in the right direction here. So it's a big positive. One other thing that people should know: obviously Wednesday we'll be opening Village Hall up with full staffing. Not to the public yet. We're in the process of doing some construction in our lobby area so that people won't be able to move freely throughout the building, and we'll allow maybe 1 or 2 people in at a time. But hopefully by Monday, then it'll be open to the public because we'll have all that construction work done. So that's another big positive. And then, of course, we had over the weekend we had 2 Black Lives Matters demonstration, which went very well, and I'll let Barbara tell you about that.
We had 2 really wonderful events in East Hampton. We were so proud of the organizers and the community for how well everything went. On Saturday, there was an event organized by 𝗕ecie𝗿𝗋𝗄𝗰 and her friends, teenagers in East Hampton, who organized it for their friends and their contemporaries, and they had a very nice, peaceful march from Herrick Park to the windmill, and that went very well. And then on Sunday, Anna Hoffman and 𝗕liche Leah Hayes organized, and those are 2 college students from East Hampton.
Right.
So it's very exciting to me to see the younger generation really, we came of age in the 60s, Rick and I, so, that's our mindset, we're all about that. And so we're very excited to see the younger generation really grab a hold of this and do something about it. And so we're excited. We support them 100%. And, it was a wonderful event on Sunday as well. Almost 1,000 people.
No kidding. Wow, terrific.
800, maybe 900 people. So it was a great event, very peaceful, nice spirit, great community feel to the whole thing. So we were very encouraged by that. So.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I also want to thank the people that organized it. It was very well done, and also all of our support staff, the police, DPW, which supported the event and monitored it, and stopped traffic for the event. And I think everybody performed admirably, and it was really
and the
quite
cleanup
an
was great.
Yeah,
I mean, my husband and I walked early. Monday morning we got up at 5:30 and headed out for a walk. Walked by the windmill. There was not a scrap of litter anywhere, nothing left over. So the cleanup was done very well. So it was great.
Demonstrators cooperated. I must say there was not very much trash at all. They took all of it with them. So that's another big plus. It was really really nice to see. Just 2 more important things that people should know. As far as the outside dining, SLA has loosened its regulations so that restaurants will be able to serve liquor outside with the meals, but you will not be able to walk around the village with an open container of alcohol, so people should realize that. And then for the beaches, just briefly, that's been going well, and we haven't really had any issues so far at our beaches, except for one thing, because the mail has been slow. Not every resident has gotten their permit, even though we've processed just about all of them and sent them out. They haven't gotten them, so people have been calling Village Hall concerned about that. So I've extended last year's resident permits, seasonal rental permits, until June 15th. So hopefully by then, everybody will have gotten their permit in the mail. All right.
Well, it sounds good. Sounds like we're moving ahead, and we'll see how Phase 2 goes tomorrow.
Yeah, just
right?
remind everybody to wear their masks and keep their distance. If we keep doing what we're doing, I think we're going to be okay. As soon as we start to relax, we could be in trouble. But just keep doing what we're doing. We're doing a good job. So far, so good. East Hampton Village Mayor Rick Lawler, Deputy Mayor Barbara Borsack. Thank you. We'll see how tomorrow goes when I see you again on Thursday.
Thanks again,
Thank you
Gary.
so much.
Yeah, pleasure being with you.